Okay. So, did you open your module already?
Yes, sir.
Okay, very good. Now, let's start with the following topics under Introduction to Algebra. So, we have their variable, right? And next, we have equation. Then next, we have linear equation. Then we have linear equation with 1 and 2 variables. And we're going to have, of course, application problem with regards to linear equation. Okay, so for linear equation, actually, this is also in preparation of your Math 101. Math 101. Unless you're going to have the topic, linear programming. So that is why, well, you have this already from your high school. Elementary, maybe just the, I don't know, the number line. Right? Anyway, sige lang. Okay, we will start with what is a variable? What is a variable? Okay, pati lang tayo madugi. Aton lang shortcut. Well, variable simply as, okay, those are letters, okay, in the English alphabet that we are using. Okay, such as A, B, C. Okay, until X, Y, Z. Okay? So in linear equation also, we will just be mostly using, okay, since we're dealing with line, so we have X and Y. Okay, for 2D dimensional, two-dimensional only, for plane. But if we were gonna have 3D, so we're gonna have X, Y, Z. Okay, for introduction to algebra, we're just gonna have X and Y. But of course, for variables, we can use, okay, other letters. But usually when we say variable, those are simply as symbols because all the letters, okay, or any representation of a mathematical expression is actually symbols. So they can also be used as variables. Okay, even words or names or places or sentences, okay, of which, okay, we would like to use as symbol. Of course, we can use it as variable. Okay, let's say for example, okay, logical term. Let's say for example, okay, let's say true. True can be, okay, represented by 1. Right? So the word is true. Okay, we can also represent true as a symbol. And that is actually equivalent to 1. Okay? So that is why variable, okay, can be a symbol. But of course, we will focus that, okay, the symbols that we're using here as variables are the English, okay, letter in the alphabet. Okay, alphabet letters. Okay, such as X and Y. Okay, by the way, I have a question. What do you think? Okay, Y, most of the letters that we are using, okay, in our mathematical problems we are using, okay, starts with A, B, C, and X, Y, Z. What do you think? Sige na. Think lang ninyo. What do you think? Well, I don't have really, I'm not sure with my idea. Okay? But I don't know. We really don't know. Okay, for me, it deals, or maybe there's a relationship with our memory, essentially. Because usually what we can remember are our first time. Okay, that we can remember, right? First time. And also the last. Isn't it? Maybe or not? It depends if you agree or not. But let's talk about majority. Okay? That yes, it is. Diba? Sige. Anyway, there's no right or wrong for that. Okay, now let's start. Okay, variables X and Y. So now let's start with our first objectives, which is actually evaluation. To evaluate. So how are we going to evaluate value? Okay, what do we have there, for example? Okay, give me an example. We're going to evaluate the value.
3x squared
3x squared
plus xy
plus xy
minus z.
minus
Z.
c. Okay, it can be any letters for just simply variables. We're not dealing with yet of linear equation. This is just an expression. Okay, when you say expression, okay, it is not a complete sentence. It is just an expression. Okay, so now we have here the variables, clearly x and y. Wherein we have also the value of our x, y, and z. How much is that? X
Is negative 2.
y, and z. X is negative.
Negative 2.
Y,
3.
3.
Yes, sir.
And z is
Negative 4.
negative 4. Kaya nino? So, doon ba na to? Okay, simply we're going to substitute value for variables to the mathematical expression. Okay, to the expressions that we have here. So 3, that is a numerical expression. We have our variable expression with exponent. Okay, 2. Okay, we have here, we're going to replace our x with the value. We have negative 2, then to the power of 2. By the way, how we're going to distinguish the sign or symbols also. So actually simple as we're going to take a look of whether it is odd or even. Okay? Ano man? Because if we're going to multiply negative times negative, negative times positive, vice versa, and positive times positive. Okay? So you know what will happen, right? So if we're going to multiply this, right? So this is positive. This is negative, and this is positive. Okay? If they have the same sign or symbol, okay, then the answer is positive. Okay? So with the operation of addition and subtraction, of course, it depends also. But of course, it depends on the closure of the symbols. Okay, if it is enclosed with parentheses or not. Okay? Do you follow? Okay, from homework 1 basic operation, basic mathematics, you remember them. Okay? So, di na siguro kinahanglan, balik pataan. Okay, now let's continue. We have your class, your x is negative. So you always enclose with your parenthesis ang atong value. If that is a variable, okay, because na siya tapad nga operation. Enclose always and you have variable, whether it is positive or negative. Are we clear? Because we don't know. Maybe, next beside the operation, is negative. So that is why, whether positive or negative, we want to enclose our, variable. And when we replace with the numerical expression. So this is negative 2, times also your y, 3, then minus, the same with your z. You have a negative operation and also that is negative 4. Do you follow? Right? So let's say for example that this is odd and this is even. So if the exponent galing, just in case, say if this is 3 or this is 5, okay? When you say add sa kanila, what are the numbers in the odd?
1,
1,
3,
3,
5,
and
7.
so on and so forth. Right? Even, 2, 4, 6, right? So all even, for both negative ni siya, pair, with symbols, ang answer niya is all saman. Kung add galing kay negative. Kung even galing kay positive. Now, this is even, right? So therefore, this will become positive. If this is 4, this will be positive. If this is 3, how much is that? So negative 2 times negative 2 times negative 2. Okay, we have 3 negatives, so that means the answer there is negative. Then you multiply 2 times 2 times 2. And that is negative 8. Do you follow?
Sir.
That is just in case. Simple lang kaya itong problem ko. Okay, now let's continue. So 3, this is now positive. 4. Okay, plus lang sa? Plus lang sa? Then we're gonna have negative 2 times 3. Ato lang sa line close also. Because they are paired with both variables. So you have here now then negative 6. Okay, then, okay, kung magtapad na ganun natin, you can now perform the operation. So negative times negative, positive. Right? On their right side, the operation, then you can perform. Okay, unless, like this, although apat siya, but then still, you have to perform, okay, the operation of multiplication of both variable first. Okay? So you remember the, okay, rules. Okay, you do first. Okay, multiplication. Before the operations that is beside of the other, okay, operation. Okay, now next here. So positive 4. What's the answer? So this is? Okay, this one is now, okay, you can perform now positive times negative. Negative 6 plus 4. So this is now then, ilan man eh? Okay, yeah? The answer? Okay, sige, nainayon lang natin children. 12 minus 6. Okay, plus 4. Very good. Congratulations. Anyway, we're just we're just done with evaluate. Okay, next. Let's have simplification. Okay, simplify. Okay, how to simplify? Okay. Simplify na lang variables. What do you have there? Katungilan.
6xy
6 xy
minus 8x
minus
8x
8x
plus
plus
5x
5x
minus
minus 9
xy.
xy. Okay, sige, here we go. We're gonna have, okay, same problem. We're gonna have, we will try different operation. Okay, let's say for example, in this case, when we simplify, we just simply, okay, group, okay, the same terms. Okay? Ha? Ato lang isagol. Okay, just like this. Okay, so we have here common xy variables. So we're going to pay that. Okay, 6xy. Then, of course, you're going to copy the operation beside the expression. Ha? Then we have here minus 9xy. Okay, then you continue. Okay, we have here minus 8x plus 5x. Okay, what do you think will happen? Let's say, for example, if you're going to copy again another, let's say 6xy minus 9xy, then you're gonna have the operation. Since we're going to separate, okay, both terms. Let's say we're going to enclose this and we're going to enclose this. Is this the right way or not? What do you think? Is this the right way? We will try to see if the answer are the same. Okay, we go first. Okay, this one. What is this? Negative?
Negative 3x.
Okay. We're going to perform subtraction, but then the higher the value, that is your symbol. Okay? So minus, okay, negative 3xy, then we're gonna have here negative 8x plus 5y. What is the answer?
Negative 3x.
Negative
3x.
3x. Okay? Actually, this can still be simplified more further. But anyway, this is still accepted. Okay, this can be actually, if you're going to multiply this by negative 1, so the answer here will be now, then, come on, negative, come on, 3xy plus 3x. So we can actually have here negative 3, right? Negative 3? Yes, negative 3. Actually, negative 3x. Ano naman? Why? We have here negative 3x. They're common. Okay? We're gonna have, okay, multiply it. So this will be now y. Then plus 1. Okay? But of course, if you're going to take a look of this, there is still operation. Ano naman? 9 close parentheses. So actually, ang simplified, you're going to identify which is more simplified. The answer is this one. Okay? It looks like a row that you don't need to perform any other operation. Do you follow?
Sure.
Do you follow? Okay, now let's compare this answer if you're going to perform this operation. So the same with this, so this will be now negative 3xy. Oh, we have here minus because we enclose this. This is now then b, how many? Okay, 13x, right? So are they the same? Same delay. Okay. So when this is open, no parentheses or brackets, you have to perform as it is. Dili ka mag-enclose pa yun or separation of other quantities. Do you follow? Because usually that's what makes it wrong yun, kasagaran. Okay? Because when they separate or segregate, okay, expressions, okay, the same terms, they forget, okay, the operation. Do you follow? Because they did not carry the symbol or the operation. Are we clear?
Sir.
Okay, so I guess we're done with your evaluation and simplification. Simplify. Okay, so now let's have equation. We're done with variables actually. These are just the operation or topics under variables. Okay, now what is an equation? What is an equation? What time is it? 10. Activity pa ako. Well, actually, to tell you you have your activity is already available. Your project. You know what is your project?
Sure.
Not yet. Di mo ganahan? Okay. Di mo ganahan, you have other options. Don't worry. I'll give you a real project. Okay, sir. Anytime soon, you can now submit your final project. Okay? Nag-record mo ito. Di lang ako stay. Nag-pose na ako. Relax sa project, right? Anyway, please just read your project. If not, please, you have options. X, plural na options. You may choose algebra or you may choose geometry. Okay, do you follow? So also don't forget to perform your first activity, your assignment final number 1. Okay, and this coming Thursday, also you're gonna have your assignment final number 2. Supposedly I'm gonna give you sit work final number 1. Ako nag-prepare. Okay, gabi last night we did it. Anyway, may eraser. May eraser there. Sige, stop lang ta. Okay, what is an equation? Okay, let's define equation. Ito yung pang papas dire. Sa tissue.
What's banana?
Kasi naisip ko na. Ito, wala kay eraser. It's not eraser. Bakit?
What's banana?
Anyway, what is an equation? Guna-una pagit mo, klaro na nandiya sa inyo ang kuan module. Okay.
That's the quality of two.
It's an expression.
Of two.
Okay, that is just simply an expression of two equality. Okay, of a mathematical expressions. Because all of this, okay, just let's say for example, this one is an expression. Okay, but when we're going to use the symbol, equal symbol, okay, that's what makes it an equation. Because we equate that because there is an equality. Okay, let's say x, okay, of or between two mathematical expressions, whether variable or numerical mathematical expression. Okay, and that's what makes it also a complete sentence, a mathematical sentence. Okay, let's say x is equals to 1. X is equals to 1. So that means our first mathematical expression or a variable mathematical expression, okay, we equated an equality of two mathematical expression and another mathematical expression which is a numerical mathematical expression. So that is why it is just simply as an equality of two mathematical expressions. Limtan pa? Very simple. Okay? Now next, what is linear equation?
Equations such as
1 or 2 variables that have an exponent of 1 or the degree of the exponent is 1.
Okay, simply as that. So, let's say from the word line, okay, linear, that is line. So, that is actually first degree lang ang iyang exponent. Okay, the exponent is at first degree. What ay eraser dyan? Okay, first degree lang. Ha? Okay, so we also have linear equation with 1 and 2 variables. So, for 1 variable, okay, actually, duha na siya. It is just that the other variable is
0.
0. Regardless of the coefficient or the value. Because, you know, the standard linear equation formula, that is ax plus by is equals to
C.
c. Okay, do you follow?
So,
Very simple as that. Okay, let's say for example, okay, x is equals to 1. This is one variable, right? It is actually 2. It is just that if we're going to express that in terms of the standard or general equation, it is that your a there is 1. Okay? Ax, di ba? So, that is x only. Then, plus your b. Or you just write your b because we don't know the value of b. Okay, but then your y there is 0. Okay? Then your c is pila? 1. 1. So if you're going to multiply b times 0, 0. So that is why we have here x is equals to 1. Okay? Are we clear?
Sir.
So in the absence of the other variable, actually, okay, the other variable is 0. Do you follow? Do you follow?
Sir.
Oh, the same with y, ha? Vice versa. Do I have to show you y? Or no need? The same row with y. Let's say y. Y is equals to 3. So that means x there. Your x is 0. So if we are going to plot the coordinates of your line, saan natin butang? Ano lang? You remember your Cartesian plane? Okay. It is as always that the horizontal is x and the vertical is y. But not as it is. Because you know why? Before, nalipat ko ani. Because your x can be and y can be rotated. It depends on the construction or the drawing. Take na mo activity. Oo mo na kung answer. Nga naman, ipa-identify mo sa equation sa line. Okay, but then, naalay din ang x, naalay din ang y. Confident pa kayo. Okay, so that is why it's very important when you draw your line, you have to indicate your x and y. Are we clear with this?
Sir.
So if you don't indicate that, that means minus na lang already. Ha? Do you follow?
Sir.
When you draw your activity. Ha? Okay, your seat work. So that is the importance of identifying, okay, the x and y, intercept, okay, your coordinates. It is important, ha? Let's say for example, if you're going to graph this, okay, simply, ang coordinate na to, ani, you have your y, x and y naman, x and y.
0.
Then, your y is 3, then your x is 0. So if we're going to graph y is equals to 3, this is just simple as how do it looks like? Vertical or horizontal? Vertical or horizontal? So when we have one variable, okay, y is equals to 3, is it horizontal? Is it vertical? No. Siyempre, muno na galing na, horizontal sir. By line option. Horizontal, vertical naman. Okay, because your x is 0. Okay? So you have here y. 1, 2, 3. So that means now that you have your 0, x, and 3. Right? So that is horizontal. Kung y siya, ang inyong graph sa line is horizontal. Kung x,
Vertical.
lain. Horizontal na good si Y. Okay? So, you have to identify your coordinates, ha? Are we clear? You also have to put your arrows and yung line. That's what makes it a line. Why? Because that is a line. If wala na siya arrow, meaning different line na siya. Sama na siya. It could be line segment or array. Okay? Or different types of line. Kasi curved line na siya. Ha? Okay? So you have to put arrow. You have to place also your coordinates. Okay? By the way, also, your Cartesian plane, you have to identify your origin. Ha? Do you follow? Okay, so your x is equals to what? Simply as this. And also, you have to indicate also your equation. Y is equals to 3, right? So in this case, this one also is x is equals to 1. Do you follow? Oh, you forgot. Okay, our coordinates 1, 0. Okay, do you follow? So I guess we're done with linear equation with one variable pa. Okay na, let's have two variables. So ako naman yung naturon. Asang tani, direct. Ba may kwan, eraser? Ba?
Tissue.
Next time, magdaan dyan yung eraser.
Tissue na may tissue.
May tissue? Ano, may sikpon ha?
Wipes na may nanang sir.
Yun lang, pero maduro mo kung ano to.
Paper?
Paper? Madilit ba paper? Oh, dira. Wow, so sige, sure.
Basta
Kamahal ano eh. Thank you. Ato mamano na itong algebra ron para yung next meeting. Paano ta? Geometry na ta. Because next week is our final exam. Dili mo ka na ha? Oh, pwede na po. After ta, next week na ta mag-final exam face to face.
Sige lang sir.
Next week ta mag-exam online. Pero next week face to face. Yatag na ka online exam kay Kwan man. Weekend. 16, 17, 2 days. So, with your own 2 days ang exam. Within 2 days, grabe sa Ang may magbuhat, kano sa mga take? Pwede ka di mo take? Pwede ka di mo take?
Takot kay gano'n sir.
Okay na, sige. Kanila sa. Oops. So, what is it? How about this for example? Okay, x plus y is equals to 2. So, we're going to graph this. Actually, na technique, dali rin kayo. Pas-pas na kayo. But then anyway, there are other methods or solutions or techniques. How are we going to graph this linear equation with two variables? So, if ever galing, the variables are okay, both variables are present, so that means it is no longer horizontal or vertical. Ano naman, siya slope. Okay? So, siya slope. Do you remember the slope and there's the point? How to find the slope? Okay, or the degree or the angle. You know? So, kailangan higher analytic na siya, geometry. Okay, but for basic algebra lang, okay, we don't need to do that. But anyway, there are also, sige ako i-upload. Okay, slope and there's a point. Okay, of that. Okay, for further, okay, let's say finding the intersection of the coordinate, okay, of the lines. Lines ha, plural na, lines. Meaning it involves equations, not just this one equation. Okay? So, this one equation na sa. Okay, we can assume any value, okay, so that we can graph them. Okay, but usually, para dali na kayo, no? Simply as, you assume the other value is 0 and find the other value. And then also, the next one is, you assume also the other one value is 0, then find the other value. Okay, let's say x and y here. Okay, let's say when x is 0, you cover this up. What is your y? Okay, then this is the same. When your y is 0, what is your x? Very simple. Putting the yan. Okay, so this is our P1, this is our point 1. Because when we assume any value for our variables, then it's just actually, we are pointing out, okay, their coordinate, one of the coordinates of your line. They're just one of the coordinates. Because when we say line, it is composed of several coordinates that is all connected. Okay, to make a line. And they're just connected. Okay, so this one now, we have here point 1, 0, 2. And then our point 2, we have here 2, 0. So to graph this, okay, don't forget. Okay, x and y. Ha? Okay, complete na. Okay, you have your y here, then. Okay, 0, x, and 2. 1, 2. So this is your 0, 2. Next, your 2, 0. 1, 2. Okay, this is your 2, 0. So now then, we're going to connect. So this is now, okay, write your equation. X plus y is equals to. Do you follow? You have your coordinates, you have your line, simply as that. Inanarakadali yun mag-graph of linear equation. Okay? But of course, we will test if we can assume any value and still they're lying on the same line. Okay? Give me a number within 1 to 5 lang. Except we already have 2. Okay? So give me 1, 3, 5, 4, 5. 4. Okay, let's say. What? X or Y? Y? Okay, let y be equals to 4. Then solve for x. Okay? So you have your x plus y is equals to 2. That's proof. Okay, then your x plus your y is 4, right? Then this is 2. Therefore, x is equals to 2 minus 4. Therefore, x is equals to negative 2. So our coordinate here, okay, that we solve is when y is 4, okay, x is, okay, let's try. Okay, the point. Okay, asam ni? So 4 mong y, 3, 4, right? Diba? 3, 4. Then, your x, asam ni? X ni mo is 1, 2. Isn't it? Okay, this is your, how many? Negative 2. Isn't it part of the line? Huh? Part of the line, really? They're just part of the line. As I've told you, okay, those points or coordinates are within, when you assume any value of your linear equation, they're just lying on the same line. Do you follow? Okay, what time is it? 17? Okay, sige. I guess I have to stop my recording now. Then we're gonna have our first activity. Okay, in 5 minutes. Prepare 1/2 crosswise. Okay, follow the general format para di mawagtang ang paper.